Okay, so you landed an interview for a cosmetics and perfume shop manager position.
Congrats.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Now, how do you make sure you absolutely nail that interview?
Right.
Well, think of this deep dive as having an interview expert, like right here in your pocket,
Oh.
ready to help you strategize and stand out.
Awesome.
We're diving into insights from RoleCatcher.
Okay.
And trust me, it's not your average job site.
Interesting.
They are using some really cool AI to give you an edge.
So what's so interesting about this role is it's not just about knowing, like, your favorite brands.
Right.
You're managing a whole team.
Yeah.
You're juggling budgets. You're
Yeah.
creating these stunning displays that draw people in.
Uh-huh.
It's a lot more dynamic than people might realize.
Okay, so you're not just a makeup guru.
Right.
You're a business leader.
Yeah,
Now, RoleCatcher's career guide really breaks this down.
it does.
But what stood out to you as particularly important for someone going into this interview?
Two things, really. The first is that the guide highlights the importance of continuous learning.
Okay.
This industry is constantly evolving
Makes sense.
with new trends, new products, new ingredients.
Yeah.
If you're not passionate about staying on top of that, you'll get left behind.
Makes sense. You got to be the trendsetter, not the trend follower.
Right.
But how do you show that passion in an interview?
That's where those specific examples come in.
Okay.
Don't just say, I love learning about new things.
Right.
Talk about the blogs you follow,
Okay.
the industry events you try to attend, even the social media accounts that inspire you.
Yeah.
Show them you're actively engaged.
Okay, so bring receipts.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah.
What was the second thing that jumped out at you from the career guide?
The career guide also emphasized the blend of creativity and business sense this role demands.
Okay.
You're not just managing inventory, you're creating an experience.
Yeah.
Think about those beautifully merchandised displays you see in like high-end cosmetic stores. That's not an accident.
Right.
That's someone with a keen eye for aesthetics and a deep understanding of what draws customers in.
So you're basically the artistic director of a retail stage.
Yeah.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about how to convey all of this in an interview.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's AI seems almost too good to be true.
It's pretty great.
How does it actually help?
Well, imagine having an AI assistant that analyzes the job description for the specific role you're interviewing for,
Okay.
and then helps you tailor your answers to highlight the skills they are prioritizing.
Hold on. It's like it knows the interviewer's mind before they even ask the question.
In a way, yes.
Wow.
It can even provide feedback on your practice answers, pointing out areas where you could be more specific,
Okay.
more impactful, or more aligned with the company's values.
Okay. This is starting to feel like we're giving away trade secrets here.
A little bit.
But that's what the deep dive is all
Yeah,
about, right?
Exactly.
Giving you an edge.
Yeah.
So let's get into those actual interview questions. They can be pretty intimidating, even for someone with experience.
Absolutely. But remember, every question is an opportunity to tell your story,
Wow.
to showcase your strengths,
Yeah.
and to demonstrate why you're the perfect fit for this role.
Okay. I love that perspective.
Yeah.
Let's start with a question that's almost guaranteed to come up.
Okay.
What experience do you have in the cosmetics and perfume industry?
Right.
Seems straightforward, but I bet there are nuances to really nailing this one.
You're right.
What do you think?
They're not just asking for a chronological list of jobs.
Okay.
They're trying to gauge your passion, your knowledge, and how your experience translates into success for their shop.
So how do you go beyond just listing your resume?
The interview guide has some great tips on this.
Okay.
Think about a time you helped a customer who was completely lost, and you found the perfect product for their needs.
Right.
Or maybe you spearheaded a promotional event that exceeded all sales targets.
Yeah.
Those are the stories that bring your experience to life.
It's about showing, not just telling, right?
Great.
Now, what about those potential follow-up questions?
Oh, there will definitely be follow-ups.
Yeah.
They might ask, what are some of the biggest changes you've seen in the industry recently?
Okay.
Or how have you adapted to those changes?
So they're looking for someone who's not just experienced, but adaptable and forward-thinking.
Exactly. And that's where RoleCatcher's AI can give you that extra boost.
Okay, yeah, so.
It can analyze the company's online presence, their website, social media,
Okay.
and highlight any trends they're emphasizing.
Okay.
Maybe they're pushing sustainability or inclusivity.
Uh-huh.
You can then weave those themes into your answers to show you've done your research.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to another common question.
Okay.
How do you motivate and lead a team? This one's all about those leadership skills.
And remember, leadership isn't about being the loudest voice in the room.
Okay.
It's about inspiring your team,
Right.
setting clear expectations, and creating an environment where everyone feels valued and supported.
So how do you convey that in a concise and compelling way?
Again, it's about those specific examples.
Okay.
Did you implement a new training program that boosted team performance?
Okay.
Did you successfully resolve a conflict between team members and foster a more positive work environment?
Okay.
Those are the stories that demonstrate your leadership style.
And don't be afraid to show some vulnerability, right?
Absolutely.
Everyone makes mistakes, but it's about how you learn and grow from them.
In fact, acknowledging a time you faced a leadership challenge and what you learned from it can be incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
It shows self-awareness and a commitment to continuous improvement.
Okay, so vulnerability can actually be a strength.
It can be.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious.
Yeah.
How would RoleCatcher's AI help with this particular question?
Well, it can analyze the job description and the company's website
Okay.
to identify the leadership qualities they're emphasizing.
Okay.
Maybe they're looking for someone who's collaborative, or maybe they value individual initiative.
Right.
You can then tailor your answer to highlight those specific traits.
It's like having a cheat sheet for the company culture.
Exactly.
All right, let's move on to question number 3.
Okay.
How do you stay up to date with the latest trends and products in the cosmetics and perfume industry?
Okay.
This one feels like it's all about passion and curiosity.
It absolutely is.
What do you think?
They want to see that spark in your eye when you talk about new launches,
Yeah.
emerging ingredients, and what's exciting you in the world of beauty.
So how do you go beyond just saying, I read magazines?
Be specific.
Okay.
Mention the publications you follow, the websites you visit, the influencers you admire. Maybe you recently attended a masterclass on a new skincare technology, or you're experimenting with a new makeup technique.
Right.
Show them that you're a true beauty enthusiast.
And it's not just about knowing the trends, it's about understanding how they translate into sales, right?
Exactly. You could talk about how you see a particular trend influencing customer preferences,
Yep.
and how you would incorporate that into your merchandising or marketing strategy.
Okay, so connect the dots for them.
Right.
Now, how would RoleCatcher's AI factor into preparing for this question?
Imagine this RoleCatcher analyzes the company's product lines
Okay.
and recent marketing campaigns. Let's say they're really pushing a new vegan beauty line.
Okay.
You can then tailor your answer to highlight your knowledge of vegan beauty trends
All right.
and how you would excite customers about this new product line.
It's like you're reading their minds and anticipating their needs before they even voice them.
Right.
All right, let's move on to a question that's a bit more operational.
Okay.
How do you manage inventory and ensure adequate stock levels?
Right.
This one feels like it's all about organization and attention to detail.
You're right. They want to know that you're not going to let them run out of their best-selling mascara
Right.
or that new fragrance that everyone's raving about. It's about efficiency and minimizing loss.
So how do you showcase those skills effectively?
Don't just say, I'm organized.
Right.
Talk about your process.
Okay.
Do you have experience with specific inventory management software? Have you implemented a system for tracking sales data and forecasting demand?
Okay.
Maybe you have a story about a time you anticipated a surge in demand for a particular product and made sure you were well stocked.
And don't be afraid to get into the nitty-gritty details, right?
Absolutely.
Show them you're not afraid of spreadsheets and stock counts.
Yeah, be prepared for those follow-up questions.
Right.
They might ask, how do you handle stock discrepancies?
All right.
Or what steps do you take to minimize waste?
Okay, so be prepared to walk them through your inventory management playbook.
Yeah.
Now, I'm curious, how would RoleCatcher's AI help me stand out with this question?
Well, it can analyze the company's size,
Okay.
the number of products they carry, even their online reviews to get a sense of their inventory management challenges.
So?
Let's say they're a smaller boutique with limited storage space.
Okay.
You can then tailor your answer to highlight your experience with optimizing inventory in smaller spaces or your knowledge of just-in-time inventory management techniques.
So it's about showing them you understand their specific constraints and that you have solutions for those challenges.
Right.
I love it.
It's about going beyond the generic and getting specific to their needs.
All right, let's tackle a question that can be a bit tricky.
Okay.
Can you describe a time when you had to deal with a difficult customer?
Right.
This one's all about grace under pressure and those all-important customer service skills.
And remember, it's not about winning an argument.
Right.
It's about finding a solution that leaves the customer feeling heard and respected, even if you can't give them exactly what they want.
So how do you walk that fine line in your answer?
Choose an example that demonstrates your ability to stay calm, Listen actively and empathize with the customer's frustration.
Okay.
Maybe you had a customer who was upset about a faulty product, or maybe someone was being unreasonable about a return.
And even if the situation didn't end perfectly, it's important to highlight what you learned from it, right?
Absolutely. It shows that you see challenging situations as opportunities for growth,
Yeah.
and that you're committed to continuously improving your customer service skills.
Now, I'm curious, how would RoleCatcher's AI add that extra layer of insight to my preparation for this question?
Well, it can analyze the company's customer reviews or
Uh,
their social media interactions
Uh-huh.
and even their mission statement to understand their approach to customer service.
Okay.
Let's say they pride themselves on going above and beyond for every customer.
Okay.
You can then tailor your answer to highlight a time you did just that.
Okay.
Maybe by offering a personalized solution or finding a creative way to make a customer's day.
Okay, so it's about aligning your customer service style with theirs. That's really smart.
It's about demonstrating that you're not just a good fit for the role, but a good fit for their company culture.
This is amazing. I feel like we're uncovering a whole new level of interview prep here.
I think so too.
All right, let's move on to a question that might seem a bit tangential,
Okay.
but is actually really important.
Right.
How do you collaborate with marketing teams to promote new products?
Okay.
This one's all about seeing the big picture and understanding how different departments work together to drive sales. So how do you showcase your ability to collaborate effectively?
Think about times when you've worked with marketing teams in the past.
Okay.
Maybe you provided input on a promotional campaign, or maybe you shared customer feedback that helped them refine their marketing strategy.
It's about showing that you're a team player and that you understand the importance of a cohesive marketing message.
Exactly. And don't forget to mention any experience you have with specific marketing channels,
Okay.
whether it's social media, email marketing, or in-store displays.
Now, I'm curious, how would RoleCatcher's AI factor into preparing for this question?
Well, it can analyze the company's marketing material, their online presence, and their social media strategy to give you a sense of their marketing style.
Okay.
Let's say they're really active on Instagram and they use influencer marketing.
Okay.
You can then tailor your answer to highlight your experience with social media marketing or your knowledge of influencer partnerships.
So it's about showing them that you understand their marketing landscape and that you can seamlessly integrate into their existing efforts.
Exactly. It's about demonstrating that you're not just a manager,
Yeah.
but a strategic partner who can help them achieve their marketing goals.
This is incredible. I feel like we're giving our listeners a serious advantage here.
I hope so.
All right, let's move on to a question that's designed to assess your decision-making skills.
Okay.
Can you describe a time when you had to make a difficult decision as a manager?
Right.
This one can feel a bit daunting.
It can be, but it's a great opportunity to showcase your ability to think critically, weigh different options, and make tough calls.
So how do you choose an example that highlights your strengths without sounding indecisive?
Think about a time when you had to make a decision that involved conflicting priorities, limited resources, or a degree of uncertainty. Maybe you had to deal with a staffing shortage during a peak sales period, or maybe you had to make a call on a product return that wasn't covered by store policy.
And it's okay to talk about a time when you made a mistake, as long as you can explain what you learned from it, right?
Absolutely. In fact, it often shows a level of self-awareness and a willingness to learn from mistakes,
Yeah.
which are valuable qualities in a leader.
Now, how would RoleCatcher's AI help me tailor my answer to this specific company?
Well, it can analyze the company's values, their leadership style, and their overall approach to decision-making.
Okay.
Let's say they're a company that values data-driven decisions.
Okay.
You can then tailor your answer to highlight a time you use data analysis to inform your decision.
Okay.
Or you can mention your comfort level with using data to track results and make adjustments as needed.
Okay, so it's about showing them that your decision-making process aligns with their company culture.
Exactly. It's about demonstrating that you're not just a good decision maker, but a decision maker who's a good fit for their team.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground here, and we're just getting started.
We are.
We'll be right back after a quick break to dive into even more interview questions and expert insights.
I can't wait.
Don't go anywhere.
Sounds good. Welcome back. I'm excited to dive into more of these interview questions with you.
Me too. I'm already feeling so much more prepared just hearing these insights. Let's keep that momentum going.
Yeah.
Where do we go next?
Okay, let's talk about a question that's really at the core of this role.
Okay.
How do you create and implement sales strategies to achieve targets.
Okay.
This is where you get to show them you're not just a manager, but a sales leader.
Okay. This is where I'd bring out my inner salesperson, right?
Exactly. The interviewer wants to see that you understand the dynamics of sales,
Right.
that you can set realistic goals, and that you have a plan for achieving those goals,
Yeah.
even exceeding them.
So how do I structure my answer to really make an impact?
Start by outlining your general philosophy on sales.
Okay.
Do you believe in building relationships?
Okay.
Do you focus on product knowledge and suggestive selling?
Okay.
Do you leverage visual merchandising to drive impulse buys?
Okay.
Give them a framework for how you think about sales.
It's about showing them you have a strategy, not just a hope that people will buy things.
Exactly, and then back it up with concrete examples.
Okay.
Talk about a time when you implemented a new sales strategy that led to a measurable increase in revenue. Or maybe you motivated your team to exceed their sales goals through a creative incentive program.
Numbers speak louder than words, right? Show them the results.
Right.
But what if the interviewer asks about challenges I've faced in implementing sales strategies?
Right.
I don't want to come across as if I can't handle setbacks.
That's a valid concern. Every sales leader faces challenges.
Right.
Whether it's a slow season, a new competitor, or shifting customer preferences.
Right.
The key is to frame your answer in a way that shows you're proactive, solution-oriented, and resilient.
So instead of dwelling on the problem, I should focus on how I overcame it.
Precisely talk about the steps you took to address the challenge. The data you analyzed, the resources you leveraged, and ultimately the lessons you learned along the way.
It's about showing them you can turn a challenge into an opportunity for growth. Now I'm curious, how could RoleCatcher's AI help me tailor my response to this specific company?
Imagine this RoleCatcher analyzes the company's sales data, their marketing campaigns, and their overall growth trajectory.
Okay.
Let's say they're a company that's experiencing rapid growth, and they're looking for someone who can scale their sales efforts.
Okay.
You can then tailor your answer to highlight your experience with building and managing high-performing sales teams, or your ability to adapt your sales strategies to meet changing market demands.
It's about showing them you're not just a good salesperson, but a good salesperson for their specific stage of growth.
That's incredible. Okay, let's move on to our final question in this set.
Okay.
How do you ensure that your team is providing excellent customer service?
Okay.
This one feels like a no-brainer, but I know there's more to it than just saying I'm a people person.
You're right. This question is all about creating a customer-centric culture.
Right.
It's about instilling a passion for customer service in every member of your team.
So how do I convey that in a way that's authentic and compelling?
Talk about your approach to training.
Okay.
Do you role-play different scenarios with your team?
Okay.
Do you provide regular feedback and coaching?
Okay.
Do you empower your team to resolve customer issues on the spot?
Okay.
Paint a picture of what excellent customer service looks like in your world.
It's about setting the standard and then giving your team the tools and support they need to meet that standard.
Exactly. And don't forget to mention any specific initiatives you've implemented to improve customer service.
Whether it's a new customer loyalty program,
Okay.
a mystery shopper program, or even just a simple suggestion box where customers can share their feedback.
It's about showing them you're constantly looking for ways to improve the customer experience.
Exactly.
Now, how would RoleCatcher's AI help me prepare for this question in a way that's tailored to this specific company?
Well, it can analyze the company's customer reviews, their online reputation, and their overall brand messaging to understand their approach to customer service. Let's say they're a luxury brand that emphasizes a highly personalized customer experience. You can then tailor your answer to highlight your experience with providing personalized consultations, creating a welcoming and luxurious atmosphere in the store, and building lasting relationships with clients.
Okay, so it's about aligning my customer service style with theirs.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
It's about demonstrating that you understand their brand, their values, and their commitment to customer excellence.
This is incredible. I feel like we've unlocked a whole new level of interview prep today.
That's the power of RoleCatcher.
Yeah.
It's like having a secret weapon in your arsenal.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground on those specific interview questions.
We have.
But I know there's more to acing an interview than just having the right answers.
Right.
What other insights can you share from the career guide that would help our listeners really stand out?
You're right. There's more to it than just answering questions perfectly. The career guide highlights a few key things that can make a big difference. Remember that section about gaining hands-on experience?
Oh, right.
Right.
It mentioned the value of part-time work or internships, even if you already have experience in the industry.
Exactly. Highlighting any early roles you held, even if they were entry-level,
Right.
shows your interviewer that you've worked your way up,
Yeah.
that you have a genuine passion for the industry, and that you understand the business from the ground up.
It's like showing them you're not afraid to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty. Literally.
Exactly. And it can also lead to some great stories for your interview. Remember, stories are what make you memorable.
Okay, so don't be afraid to talk about those early experiences.
Hmm.
What else stood out to you from the career guide?
The career guide also emphasizes the importance of continuous learning.
Right.
It's not enough to just have the skills and knowledge you have now.
Yeah.
You need to be constantly growing, evolving, and staying ahead of the curve.
Especially in an industry like beauty where trends are constantly changing. But how do you demonstrate that commitment to continuous learning in an interview?
Talk about the courses you've taken,
Okay.
the certifications you've earned,
Uh-huh.
the industry events you attend,
Yeah.
the books you read, the podcasts. You listen to anything that shows you're actively investing in your professional development.
It's about showing them you're a lifelong learner who's passionate about staying at the forefront of the industry.
Exactly. And it also shows that you're someone who's always looking for ways to improve and grow, which is a valuable quality in any employee.
Okay, so continuous learning is key.
Mm.
What else did the career guide highlight?
The career guide also talked about the importance of networking and building relationships within the industry.
That makes sense. It's all about who you know, right?
Well, it's not just about who you know.
Right.
It's about building genuine connections with people who can support your growth and open doors for you.
Yeah.
Attending industry events,
Mhm.
joining professional organizations, and connecting with people on LinkedIn are all great ways to expand your network.
And those connections can lead to mentors, collaborators, and even future job opportunities.
Exactly. Networking is an investment in your future.
This is amazing. I feel like we've covered so much ground today, but I know there's always more to learn when it comes to interview prep.
Absolutely. And the beauty of RoleCatcher is that it's constantly evolving and adding new features to help you stand out. But even with all the technology in the world, there are some timeless interview tips that never go out of style.
Like, wait, I'm all ears?
One of the most important things is to be yourself.
Okay.
Authenticity is key.
Okay.
Don't try to be someone you're not. Or try to force answers that you think the interviewer wants to hear.
So it's about letting my personality shine through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let your passion, your enthusiasm, and your unique experiences shine through. That's what will make you memorable.
Okay. Authenticity is key. What else?
Another important tip is to be prepared.
Okay.
Research the company, the role, and the industry.
Okay.
Practice your answers to common interview questions.
Yeah.
And be ready to discuss your skills and experience in detail.
So it's all about doing my homework.
Exactly. The more prepared you are, the more confident you'll feel, and the better you'll perform in the interview.
Okay. Preparation is key. What else?
Another important tip is to dress appropriately.
Okay.
Even if the company culture is casual, it's always better to err on the side of formality for an interview.
Right.
A suit or business attire shows that you're taking the opportunity seriously.
Makes sense. First impressions matter.
Absolutely. And don't forget the details like polished shoes,
Right.
neat hair, and minimal jewelry.
Okay. Details noted. Anything else?
Yes, be mindful of your body language.
Okay.
Make eye contact.
Okay.
Sit up straight
Yeah.
and smile. These nonverbal cues communicate confidence and engagement.
So it's not just about what I say, but how I say it.
Exactly. Your nonverbal communication can be just as important as your verbal communication.
Okay. I'm taking notes. Anything else?
And finally, don't forget to follow up after the interview.
Okay.
A thank you note is a simple but powerful way to express your gratitude and reiterate your interest in the position.
A thank you note shows that you're thoughtful and appreciative. Okay, I feel like I've got a whole arsenal of interview tips now.
You're well on your way to acing that interview.
This has been so insightful. I'm feeling much more confident and prepared for my interview now.
Good.
But before we wrap up this part of the deep dive, I want to go back to RoleCatcher's AI magic for a second.
Okay.
Can you give me some specific examples of how it can help me tailor my answers to those tricky behavioral interview questions?
Of course. Let's say the interviewer asks you a classic behavioral question,
Right.
like, tell me about a time you failed.
Uh-huh.
RoleCatcher's AI can analyze the company's website,
Okay.
their social media profiles, and even employee reviews to get a sense of their company culture.
Ooh, that's clever.
Right. So, for example, if their website emphasizes learning from mistakes and continuous improvement, you might want to highlight an experience where you made a mistake, owned up to it,
Okay.
and took steps to learn and grow from it.
Okay, so it's about choosing an example that aligns with their values.
Exactly. And RoleCatcher can help you identify those values and tailor your answer accordingly.
This is amazing. It's like having a secret decoder ring for the company culture.
It really is. It
Yeah.
gives you a deeper understanding of what they're looking for and helps you showcase your strengths in a way that resonates with them.
Okay, I'm officially sold on the power of RoleCatcher's AI. But now I'm curious, how do I even start using this? Is it complicated?
Not at all. It's incredibly user-friendly.
Okay.
You simply create a free account on RoleCatcher.com, upload your resume, and start exploring the different tools and resources.
Okay.
You can even practice your interview answers with the AI and get personalized feedback.
Okay, so it's like having a personalized interview coach right at my fingertips.
This is game changer.
We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back to wrap up this deep dive with some final thoughts and takeaways. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're back and ready to wrap up this deep dive into acing that cosmetics and perfume shop manager interview.
We've covered a lot of ground,
We have.
from analyzing specific interview questions
Uh-huh.
to understanding the nuances of the role
Yep.
and leveraging the power of RoleCatcher's AI.
It's been a whirlwind of insights.
It has.
But I think one of the key takeaways for me has been the importance of storytelling in an interview.
Absolutely. Stories are what make you memorable. They help the interviewer connect with you on a human level and see you as more than just a list of skills and experiences on a resume.
So it's not just about reciting facts, it's about painting a picture with your words.
Exactly. And when you're telling a story, remember to focus on the details that bring it to life.
Okay.
What were you thinking?
Yeah.
What were you feeling?
Okay.
What were the challenges you faced?
Right.
What were the outcomes?
Yeah.
The more vivid your story, the more impactful it will be.
It's like writing a mini screenplay for each interview question.
That's a great way to think about it. And don't be afraid to inject some personality into your stories. Let your sense of humor shine through or share an anecdote that reveals something unique about you.
Okay, so storytelling is key. What other advice would you give our listeners as they prepare for their big interview?
I would say one of the most important things is to relax and be yourself.
Okay.
I know that's easier said than done when you're feeling nervous, but authenticity is so important. The interviewer wants to get to know the real you, not some polished, rehearsed version of yourself.
This is about letting my personality shine through and showing them who I really am.
Exactly. And remember, the interviewer has already seen something in your resume that has sparked their interest.
Right.
They want you to succeed. They're rooting for you.
That's a great point. It's not an adversarial situation. They're looking for someone to join their team.
Exactly. So go in there with the positive attitude.
Okay.
Be confident in your abilities and let your passion for the industry shine through.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired. Any last words of wisdom for our listeners before they step into that interview room?
Just remember, you've got this. You put in the work, you've prepared, and you're ready to showcase your amazing skills and experience. Now go out there and rock that interview.
That's the perfect note to end on. And to all of you listening, we're cheering you on every step of the way. Remember, you have the power to achieve your career dreams. And don't forget, RoleCatcher is an incredible resource to help you along the way.
Head over to RoleCatcher.com, create your free account, and start using those AI-powered tools to your advantage. You won't regret it.
Okay, that's it for this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep reaching for those stars.
We'll be here to guide you every step of the way.